Hey YouTube, welcome back to a special episode here on the Lincoln Williams Show. My name is Lincoln Williams,
And my name is Christopher Nickel.
and today we're going to be reviewing a headset for you guys. We sort of promised you that we would sort of do this review, but it would just take us a couple of years just to get the right amount of headset for me and my buddy Chris uh, to review here for you guys. But this is more of a first impressions video for Chris.
Yep, yep.
Um, so today we're going to be reviewing a headset made by Meta, the guys that made Facebook and all that stuff. So today's headset is the uh, the Oculus
The
Quest.
Meta Quest 2.
Yeah, the Meta Quest 2. Yeah, the Meta Quest 2. So, yep. So there's the headset. So, yeah, I mean, let's take a look at the around the ports. So you have your power button right here. You got your four camera setup right here, and your volume wheel down here, and then a headphone jack and a Oculus Link port and the charging port right here. So yeah, this headset is perfect. So anyways, let's dive right into
Al-
one of the controllers.
Also, I should note that this headset actually has built-in audio, so there's no you don't really need to plug in headphones or anything like that, but you can if you like.
Yeah, it has built-in audio and all that stuff. It has built-in audio right into the speakers, and it has a four camera setup. And one of the things that I did to my Oculus Quest 2, known as the Meta Quest 2 now, is install a glasses spacer, and it's really easy to do. You just pop off the cushion part. Well, yeah, the plastic part with the cushion, and you install the glasses spacer in. But I don't think you need to do that for the Meta Quest 3 because I think it's more flexible.
Hmm.
So here's one of your controllers that it comes with. I don't know if you can see that. So you got your joystick. You got your joystick right there. X and Y buttons right here, like a traditional
That
Xbox controller.
and that one's for the left hand here.
That one is for the left hand.
Here is the right hand controller. It's got A and B.
Yep. So, anyways, yep. And we won't really slide these off, but we won't really slide the battery compartment off. But the battery compartment slides off, but these last for months, like months and months and
Hmm.
months and months. They're kind of like the Wii remote in a way, kind of like the Wii remote where you just point and click and all that stuff. And
But
they
far more advanced.
far more advanced than the Wii remote. Let's just say. And so so as you dive right into this headset, what was your first impressions?
Well, before I get into that, a little bit of background. I have had some experience with virtual reality before I tried on the Quest 2. I actually own an HTC Vive at home, and as well as a pair of controllers called the Valve Index controller, previously known as the Valve Knuckles controller. So I actually like to call it the HTC Vive and Knuckles.
Yeah, yeah, and virtual reality was so new back in 2016 when the PlayStation VR came out. I was originally going to buy a PlayStation VR, but I was really just stepping back and saying to myself, I don't have enough space. I'm going to be sitting all the time, and and stuff like that. And so when the MetaQuest 2 came out, I really wanted to get this thing because you know, of its price. Its price has just gone down.
Mhm.
Um, like the MetaQuest 2 is like 250 bucks, and the largest gigabyte size is $300. So that was really really good. So I decided, well, I should just go with a a 256 gigabyte one because of the price and because of the size and all that stuff. So yeah, my first steps into virtual reality were, we're good. We're good over at Christopher's house, but you don't need fancy cables or wiring with this bad
Oh
boy.
no.
Yeah.
No, 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 no.
You don't need cables or wires or cameras monitoring you every second.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, that's what I had to that's what I had to go through when using the HTC Vive. We had to set up cameras like throughout the well it was just two cameras in like the corners of our room, and and yeah, it was also wired, so you had you had like wires going down your back and into like just connected to your PC
yeah,
basically.
yeah, and the thing about with that was is that you know now like the PlayStation 4 the PSVR, it was a mess. It had one single camera like looking at you, and it's like you had it was a mess. It was a complete mess, and there was just cables running through everywhere. It looked like it looked like a junkyard full of cables, and it's just like, but the Oculus Quest 2 doesn't need cables. So one of the things that you can do is if you have a powerful enough PC, or yeah, if you have like $1,000 PC or an $800 PC with 16 gigabytes of RAM, you can basically do VR games with the Quest 2. You can just do an Oculus Link cable, or a MetaLink cable that you have to purchase separately on Amazon. It doesn't really come with that one. Um, but I would advise for anybody with a VR headset is number one, get plenty of space to use this. And number two is get that cable. And number three is always stick with the original power adapter that it came with. Because if you use a third party one, this could explode the headset, stuff. So keep your power supplies around when using keep your power supply in handy with the MetaQuest 2. So yeah, yeah. So so uh so Chris, what did you would
Yeah.
you
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. My experience with the Quest 2. So yeah, I've had some experience with virtual reality before with the HTC Vive, and in the Vive, the Vive. Okay, hold up.
Okay.
When I entered the Quest 2, it was certainly a much. Actually, hold on. I'm gonna compare the size of the Vive, how I remember the Vive to this. It seems like it seems a lot, like not a lot, but a little bit smaller. The Quest 2 seems a little bit smaller than the HTC Vive.
Yeah. Yeah.
But when wearing it, it kind of feels heavier than the Vive. So like I could
Yeah.
feel the weight of it on my face like really quickly, and it kind of started to hurt, sort of.
Yeah, it's sort of kind of to hurt for me too when wearing for long periods of time. You will start to have headaches. So what I noticed during my Beat Saber session, every time I crouch, my heart rate would just go right up,
Yeah.
like like it would just not. It's trying to get used to it, but it's trying to get used to it. But I was like, whoa, and stuff like that. But as I was like crouching down, it's like I can't get. It's kind of like I can't get used to this. But one other thing, but yeah. So, anyways, yeah. So
Yeah, I will say that the like screen resolution is certainly better than that of the Vive.
yeah, it's much better than the Vibe. But yeah, the games that you can do on this thing are, boxing games, tennis games, and all sorts of games. And we actually tested out a game. Well, I didn't test it out because I let Chris go because it was his first time using it. And
Yep.
I want him to make a worthy purchase of the Quest 3 and all that stuff. Is I let him try out
Yeah, I
a Doctor Who VR game, and
yep.
yeah, it was. It's like yeah, it's kind of scary actually.
Yeah.
It's kind of scary. Um, so yeah, I mean, Doctor Who is always minimal scariness, but once you step in, it just I think it kind of gets your heart rate a
Yeah.
little bit
Yeah.
and all that stuff. And so um so how was Beat Saber? How would you like that one? I
Yeah,
mean, I like that because there's a bunch of different customizable options with that
yeah,
game.
well, the first game I tried out was a roller coaster simulation game, and I rode like there there was there you could like ride roller coasters regularly, like you do in a usual theme park. You could also control. There's a mode where you can control the speed of it, and you have to like maintain like you brake on the turns, and you can accelerate, and if you if you go too fast, then it resets you, and I think it does the same if it goes too slow. I haven't really tried that, but there's also a mode where you can shoot targets while you ride the roller coaster.
Yeah,
So
you could. Yeah,
that was fun.
that was a lot of fun. I always like to do that and practice on my range combat with those types of those things.
Yeah. And so the second game I tried was Gun Club, which was like
Gun
a
Club VR, yeah.
yeah it it's basically like a shooting range type of game where you get different types of guns they can use to shoot targets, and
Yeah.
it's very realistic. It reminds me of a game I once played on the Vive called Hot Dogs, Horseshoes, and Hand Grenades, which that was also like a target practice sort of, but it also had a bit
Yeah.
more of a sandbox sort of style.
For yeah, for parents that are getting into the MetaQuest, you will have to buy some apps. You will have to buy some games because that's the whole purpose of this headset. But there's some free ones like the roller coaster one, and but there's movie experiences that you can do with the MetaQuest 2, which is Prime Video VR. I mean, Prime Video VR, and it's like it just sets you in this like theater setup, and it's like it gets really. You have this big screen right in front of you, and that's one of my favorite parts because it has all my Doctor Who, it has all my well my previous Doctor Who generation, um, and all my movies that I watch on there, like 007, Mission Impossible, and all that stuff. And I like kind of like watching Star Trek and getting immersed in the
Mm.
theater and all that stuff. And so yeah, I mean, what do you? I mean, so it's amazing. Chris has an app called Big Screen. So yeah,
Yeah.
it pretty much does the same thing, but you
Yeah.
can invite your friends and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
actually, yeah, and actually in big screen you can choose like where you want to watch your movies. Like you could watch them in a big theater, you can watch them in a small like home theater.
Yeah, and you're not really that stuck. I mean, in Prime Video VR, you're just stuck in a movie theater, but
Oh,
it's it's okay because you really want to watch these movies that are originally that came out in the theater, or like you really want to watch like Star Trek or um Double O Seven. If you really want to get those experiences again, then I would highly recommend a VR headset because it just pulls you right into that experience with that high textured screen, with the atmosphere and the sound and all that stuff. And
oh yeah.
it's just mind blowing.
Yeah.
So we have many more games to test. I have so much more
Yeah.
games to test, especially that Doctor Who game, and all that stuff. And you know, anyways, YouTubers, we're running a little bit out of time, but we
Uh,
wanted to make this.
well, hold on, before we move on, I wanted to finish up my so after Gun Club, I tried Beat Saber and and I am really bad at it.
He's bad.
I
Yeah.
I try I first tried a song on normal mode and I failed completely at it. I can do songs on easy mode, although
Yeah.
even then like I I try I tried a crab rave on easy mode and I managed to get through that, but then I tried uh was it Eye of the Tiger on easy mode and I still failed at that. And uh yeah, not exactly not one of my proudest moments.
No, what are your no, not yeah, not one of your proudest
But
moments.
it's fun. It's certainly fun.
It's it's good. I'm still learning VR. I'm still learning. I'm a beginner, basically. But I wish I could have gotten into Skyrim VR and all that stuff. But there's a similar game to that, which is called Swords and Sorcery.
Uh, no, actually, no. Yeah, I told him it was swords and sorcery, but it's actually called blade and
Oh,
sorcery.
Blade and Sorcery. Okay, yeah.
Yep.
So what would you recommend? What would you recommend? I mean, would you recommend this headset to anyone who is a beginner VR person who's so?
Yeah, I would. I would actually recommend this to anybody who's like a beginner to VR. Either this or the Quest 3. I don't really know how the Quest 3 would compare to it, but
Well, it has pancake lenses, and so so yeah. Anyway,
yeah,
um,
yeah, like during my experience with it, I would say it's like overall like I would say it's on par with the HTC Vive in terms
oh,
of like overall feel and gameplay.
hold on. Hold on.
So anyway, while Link is checking his phone, I will tell you guys after Beat Saber, that was when I tried the Doctor Who. one.
Yeah. Well, looks like Chris has got to go, but looks like Chris has got to go. He's got to
Yeah,
go find it. He's got to go find his dad.
yeah,
Um,
yep.
I'm gonna finish up here with my final verdict and things like that. He's got to go. Anyways,
All right.
Chris.
See you guys.
Yeah, he's got to go. So yeah, what I recommend. What I recommend the Quest 2. Oh yes, I would absolutely recommend the Quest 2. Um, but the Quest 3 is slightly better because of the processor because of the processor that's inside the Quest 3 and the pancake lenses um and the overall the camera setup with that's in full color now. So the MetaQuest 3 it's a 10 out of 10 masterpiece, but the MetaQuest 2 is still a 9 out of 10. It's a 9 out of 10. It's a 9 out of 10 experience so far. So anyways, YouTubers, so MetaQuest 2 um, even though it has some setbacks like the camera setup and things like that, MetaQuest 2, 9 out of 10, it's still a great headset. MetaQuest 3, 10, it's a 10 out of 10 headset. Go get one. Because you're getting that mixed reality within it. Like, say if a creature popped out of this table right now, it would actually happen. So, anyways, um, yeah. Yeah. So MetaQuest 3, 10 out of 10. MetaQuest 2, 9 out of 10. So, anyways, have a, so, anyways, YouTubers, have a good one. Have a fantastic day, and so that was my final verdict for the headset, and yeah, have a fantastic day, YouTubers, and I'll see you guys all later. I gotta go get ready for dinner with my wife and things like that, and it's been a long day. Yeah, we've been doing a lot of VR testing and a lot of Doctor Who watching, me and Chris, and yeah, I'm probably gonna play that Doctor Who VR game now. But after dinner, basically, with my wife. Anyways, YouTubers, I hope you make a decision on the MetaQuest 2, if that's headset is right for you, or if you want to pull the trigger on the MetaQuest 3 and that stuff. I hope to get a review unit for the channel. And yeah. Anyways, YouTubers, have a fantastic day, and I'll see you guys all later in the next Lincoln Williams Show episode. I'll be back someday. We'll be back someday. Someday, YouTubers.